Awesome. So welcome everybody. Tonight we are really just going to be doing a little slow flow yoga meant to give you nutrients and just really grounding energy for your evenings, for your week, whatever is going on in your life. So really my intention is just to allow this practice to give you exactly what it needs. It will be slow, it will be pretty calming. We'll definitely move, but like I said, in a slower pace, with some pretty intentional breathing exercises and hopefully leaving you feeling nice and nourished so you can have a good night's sleep and just a peaceful rest of your week. Awesome. So to get set up, like I said, if you have a bolster or a pillow, that can be really good, and leave a blanket beside you too, because you'll definitely want it towards the end just to get nice and cozy. So we're going to start on our back. If you are playing the music, just put the music kind of right by your head, and if you can, even turn it on like do not disturb mode. That way you can just be totally in the zone, and I'll let you know when to play the music. So go ahead and get started on your back. You can make your way there. Now, I'm going to give you the option for those of you, if you do have an actual bolster like this. I know not everyone will, but if you do have one that's specifically more like the length of your spine, I'm going to have you lay back in Supta Baddha Konasana. If you do not have a pillow like this, you can also just lay on your back without the pillow. Totally fine. So if you have the bolster, you're going to bring your hips nice and close up to the bolster, bring the bottoms of your feet together, and just slowly guide yourself back to lay down. And then once you lay down on your back, just readjust yourself as you need, whether you're flat on the floor or you have support of a bolster. And bring your arms out by your sides. Just really allow them to lay where they land. And then go ahead and close your eyes as you get cozy here and comfortable on your back. See if you can allow any movement from the body to dissolve. And just allowing yourself to really melt into the earth, into the props. Allowing yourself to feel fully supported by your body, by you carving out this time to give back to yourself. And with your eyes closed and really just allowing to land into your evening, your practice, become aware that your body is breathing. Right? So just really observing the natural state of your breath. And I want you to actually slowly bring your hand kind of do one on your belly, kind of one right on your diaphragm, so you can actually feel your rib cage as well. You can spread your fingers pretty wide, and then just relax your arms back down by your sides. And I just want you to continue breathing naturally and notice where your breath is coming from in the body. So you can breathe in and out through the nose. You have the Ujjayi Pranayama. This is the yogic breath of breathing in and out through the nose that we use often. You can go ahead and ignite that. But again, just following the really natural rhythm of your breath and noticing where it is in your body. It's common that you're either more of a belly breather or you breathe more fully into the chest, and neither is right or wrong. It just is. It really just depends on your anatomy. But now if you notice that you breathe more fully in your belly, I want you to bring both hands up into your chest and then the diaphragm kind of spreading throughout your rib cage as best you can as well. Or if it's the opposite, you breathe more fully in the chest and bring your hands down to the belly. Right? So we're bringing attention to the body, to this area of breath and body that maybe you don't get as much expansion and space in. And now by just simply drawing awareness to that area with your hands, breathe more deeply and fully into that space. And you're just continuing in and out through the nose. And see if it's with each breath, you continue to allow the space underneath your hands to expand. Breathing more fully, more deeply. One last deep breath in. And a full breath out. And just bring your hands away from your body and relax your arms. Just allow yourself to remain still. Now from here, if you are on the bolster, I'm going to ask you to just draw your knees in towards each other and take the bolster out from your back so you can lay flat on your back. And if you're flat on your back, you can just stay where you are. Without disturbing the state of calm that you've created already, we're going to begin to play the music. So you can go ahead and grab your phone. Make sure that it's in order. And I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, play. And then when I say go, you can start that first song. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, go. And then return to your back. So with your knees wide, bring your hands right outside of the knees, gently draw them in towards each other. Bring your feet out as wide as the mat. Your arms can just be out into a goalpost, or if you have the space, even out into a T. Breathe into the midline, and then on your exhale, allow your knees to draw and fall to the right. We'll just do windshield wiper movement. So on your inhale, back to center, and then exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, rise, and exhale, knees to the right. And each breath in, draw the knees back to center, and then exhale, bring them down to the left. Do one more time on each side. This time as you draw the knees up, and you bring them to the right. If it's okay for your neck, look over to the left and stay here for a deep breath in. And a full breath out. And then inhale, draw your knees back to center. Go over to the other side. As the knees fall to the left, if it's okay for your neck, look over to the right and breathe. And inhale, draw everything back to center. Begin to hug your knees in towards your chest. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Even bring your knees in some circles, just really giving your low back a little massage. You can go in both directions. Next time you roll over to the right, just let your knees fall, come into a fetal position, and then slowly come up onto all fours into a tabletop position. You're going to bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. So we're going to take some cat-cow variations, but a little more gentle this evening. So you're going to start with traditional cat-cow. So on your inhale, guide your heart forward, allow your sitting bones to rise. And then exhale, round the spine, draw the chin into the chest. Again, inhale, coming through cow pose, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, round, press into the palms, chin to chest. Do that one more time. Begin to lengthen your breath. So your breath is really guiding the movement here. You're breathing in and out through the nose. And if that means that you need to quicken the pace, come through this one more time. Then you can always modify as you need, really allowing your breath to be continuous, to be fluid. Come back to cow pose, and then tuck your toes. On your exhale, you're going to come into downward facing dog. So shift up and back and keep the knees quite bent, allowing things to be much more relaxed. And then on your next inhale, I want you to come down to the knees. But as you do so, you're going to round through the back of your heart like you were coming into cow pose. Continue your inhale breath as you lengthen the spine forward. And then exhale, you're going to come back to child's pose. So hug the navel in and then shift the hips back. So we'll continue that. I'll guide you through one more movement, and then we'll kind of do this on our own. So on your inhale, lead with your heart as you rise up and find cow pose, so lengthening the spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, come back into downward facing dog. Hug the belly in as you go back. Inhale, come through cat as you round the upper back, draw the knees down. Finish that inhale into cow pose, lengthening the heart. And then exhale, child's pose. Tuck in the navel as you go back. You can round the lower back as well. Again, inhale, come up, lift to the heart. Find cow pose, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hug the belly in as you go back. Inhale, shifting a bit forward, cat pose, bringing the knees down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, cow. Exhale, child's pose, round the spine, hug the navel in. So we're going to do this 2 more times, just on your own. Continue to guide yourself through the movement, right? Allowing your breath to guide you. Again, if you need to modify the pace, please do so. And also, if you ever get lost in the movement, just continue where you started. Right? Allow the breath to guide you. One more round on your own, maybe even close your eyes, just to really allowing your practice to turn inward. And when you end in child's pose, just stay there. Take a couple of deep breaths and a deepening, the Ujjayi Pranayama. And when you're here, what this breath is yes, breathing in and out through the nose. But allow yourself kind of as if you were standing up a glass window. You're trying to fog the glass window, but with your lips sealed, right? So you keep that breath, that sound, kind of that oceanic sound in the back of your throat. That is the constriction that you're looking for. That is what really deepens the breath and serves the body in a different way, especially in a restorative practice, that it really allows your breath to slow down. You're creating intentional space in your body that may not otherwise get that attention. And ultimately, really allowing the mind to quiet as well. And from here, walk your fingers out a little bit more in front of you. As you do that, sink the hips back. Begin to walk your fingertips over to the left-hand side. When you feel that right hip start to lift up, then that's a good place to stop. Just sink your forehead down to the mat and really breathe into the right side of your body. On your inhale, move back to the center of your mat. And then next exhale, breath, go over to the other side. When you feel the left hip start to rise, stop, and then sink down into the ground. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, just stay. From here, inhale, slowly begin to rise up into all fours. You're going to take one cow pose, so lift to the heart, really lengthen the spine. Allow the sides of your neck to stay long. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. As you arrive, just take a couple of breaths here, really pressing base of the thumb, the pointer finger, and the pinky finger into the mat. Really feeling stable through your base here. So you can keep a nice bend in your knees as you shift your hips up towards the sky. And in time, you'll start to relax the heels down towards the earth. But what's more important is the length of your spine. Notice if you're holding any tension in the sides of the neck or even in the jaw. Can you soften? From here, I'd like you to lift the right leg up and back. And then just slowly step it up into a lunge. You can bring the back knee to the earth. On your inhale, just leave your hands on either side of your front foot. Okay, you can keep that back toe tucked. I want you to just lift the heart on your inhale, so lengthen the spine. Keep that length as you exhale, come into half split. Right? So shift the right hip back. Keep a flex into your right foot to really get that nice stretch in the back of the right hamstring and the glute muscle. Inhale, shift back into low lunge. Allow your fingertips to just guide you into that. So you're leaving them on the floor. And then exhale, shift back, half split. Okay, we'll do that a couple more times. Just take your own pace. Inhale as you come forward, lengthen the spine. Your gaze can come slightly up. Just don't throw the head back. And exhale, shift that right hip back. Let's do it 2 more times on your own. Last one. From here on your inhale, shift back into your low lunge. Bring the left hand to the earth and find a twist. Bring the right arm up towards the sky. Take a breath in as you reach towards the sky, and then on your exhale breath, reach the right arm behind you to stay in alignment with your shoulder. So just it's more of a gentle twist back. And then inhale, you're going to bring the right arm up and over the ear so your palm is facing down, right? So you're making a big arch. You can start to kind of direct your chest down towards the earth, but make sure you're still stretching through that right side of your body. And then exhale, you're going to open the arm back. Just really gentle twist. Again, inhale, bring the right arm forward, palm facing down, gaze can come down. And then exhale, right arm back. One more time, inhale, forward. And then exhale, gentle twist back. Bring the right arm, right hand down towards the mat. Just bring both knees back so you're in an all fours. All right, we're gonna do a couple more gentle kind of connecting vinyasas. So on your inhale, shift your weight forward and then come all the way down to the mat, like you're doing a half reverse push-up. All right, lace your hands behind your back. Leave your feet pressed down into the earth, and I don't want you to lift up the highest that you can, just part way, right? Allowing things to be gentle. So on your inhale, lift through your chest, through your heart. You can bring your hands away from the spine. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Draw the hands into the chest, tuck the toes. Inhale, press up and back. Exhale, child's pose. On your inhale, slowly come up to all fours. Take one cow pose. So continuing that breath in as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. On your inhale, lift that left leg up and back. And then exhale, step it up into a lunge. Drop that back knee to the earth. On your inhale, continue to lift the heart forward as you lengthen the spine. And then exhale, half split. Shift that left hip back as you keep the flex through that front foot. Inhale, walk your hands forward as you come back into low lunge. And then exhale, half split. Beautiful. We'll do 3 more on your own. Just continue moving at your pace, allowing your breath to always be your guide. Inhale, lengthening forward, little lift of the heart. And exhale, shift back. Last one. Now bend into your front knee. Bring the right hand down. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, bring the left arm behind you. A little gentle twist of the belly towards the sky. Inhale, bring that left arm up and over, palm towards the mat. Allow the left side of your body to stretch. And then exhale, open up that arm back. And do 2 more just like that. Inhale, arm up and over. And exhale, gentle twist back. Last one. Inhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat. Bring both knees back to all fours. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat, nice and slow. Place the hands behind your back. Leave the feet glued down as you lift the heart, the chest, the shoulders up on your inhale. Just a really gentle lift. And then exhale, lower down. Bring the hands into the chest, tuck the toes. Come up to the knees on your inhale. And exhale back to child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths to arrive. Recentering yourself in your practice, reintegrating the flow of your breath. Now we're going to do a similar variation of this, but I just want you to come up onto all fours first. We're going to come into puppy pose, so a relaxed variation. You're going to start to walk your hands forward. And you'll kind of figure out what length feels best for you. And then just slowly lower your chest down to the mat. Bring your forehead down to the mat as well. You just allow everything to melt down towards the mat. If you ever feel shoulder pain in this particular pose, you can keep a slight engagement of your fingertips into the mat and even through your arms, and that will really help so you're not dropping as much weight down into your shoulders. Stay here, 3 more deep breaths. In and out through the nose, that Ujjayi pranayama, that even in the beginning of our practices, it's okay for it to be a little bit more audible. And the more that you practice, the more subtle that breath will be, but it will still feel very deep inside of the body, ultimately allowing for the heart to rest and the mind to get quiet. Now from puppy pose, come back up. You can tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Gently step your right foot forward. Bring your left knee down to the mat. Then from here, walk your right foot out towards the edge of the mat. All right, you can untuck your back toes. We're going to come into a lizard lunge, and we're going to stay here for a little bit longer this evening. So you're welcome to stay up on your hands and just drop your chin into your chest. Okay, you're welcome to find a mid variation. This can be really helpful with the pillow, or if you have a bolster. right? Allowing the forearms to come down. Really, you want this to be less active, right? More restorative, more passive here. So if you can bring your forearms to something that feels really supportive, that way as you allow the crown of the head to come down to the floor, you're really fully relaxing your body down and not feeling really engaged or active anywhere. Notice where in the body that you tend to hold tension. And see if with each exhale breath you can soften, relax. Allowing the mind's eye to follow the rhythm of your breath. Three more deep breaths. Very slowly begin to guide yourself back up and use your hands to lift. And we're just going to change sides here. Instead of just rushing through that transition, okay, just bring both knees back and just lay back in a simple child's pose, bringing the forearms to the earth. So not stretching the arms super far out in front of you, just allowing them to really land and then bow. Okay, just really allowing yourself to honor these transitions, not just in your yoga practice, but also in your life. Right, allowing yourself to find solace in the slow times and times when you are quiet, in space of reflection. Really this space that allows you to see things differently. And slowly begin to come back up. Okay. We're just going to switch sides here. So bring your left foot up. You can bring it to the outside edge of your mat. Set up your cushion or the pillow or anything that you have to maybe add some height so you can fully relax here as you bring your forearms down. Take your time to set yourself up here. And as you feel ready, allow the crown of your head to fall towards the earth. Maybe even closing your eyes and just really allowing presence to take over, your awareness to take over. And any time that you notice that the mind wanders or thought comes into your mind, because it's very normal, right? It's part of it all. It's part of being human. The more that you practice and just simply know that you can guide yourself back to the flow of your breath as many times as you may need, right? With just full self-love, full acceptance, even if you have to do it 100 times, guiding yourself back with no judgment, no expectations. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Slowly begin to come up, press up on your hands. Let's bring both knees back. Come into a simple child's pose, just nice and slow, allowing the forearms to land on the floor. From here, slowly guide yourself back up to all fours. So we're gonna stay on the floor for the rest of practice, and we'll just continue moving through different, more restorative postures. So the next posture that we're gonna come into is called frog pose. Either everyone's favorite or your worst nightmare, whatever your relationship with it is. A bolster or a pillow can really help you, especially when you kind of want to more melt into it and have things be a little bit more passive, right? So if you do have a pillow, you can also stack a blanket. You put it kind of right in front of you, like so. So it's more like the length of the front of the body. So with frog pose, I'll show you before I put, for those of you who know it, you can come into it, but to give some of you guidance, you can bring your knees wide, you know, just to the point where you feel a little bit of sensation. We're being more gentle tonight, so I'll let you decide how far you want to go, but you don't want it to ever be painful. Both sensation is okay. And just allowing your feet to be aligned with your knees. So if you look back, right, you can allow your feet to just fall how they want to. A bolster or a pillow, again, can help. So put it in the front of your body and just let yourself rest. Right? You may need to adjust the pillow or bolster, however it feels best to you. Really, you are your best teacher, right? And then from here, you can allow this stretch to get a little bit deeper or explore it by shifting the hips back. Right? You could even, if you feel you want to explore a little further, bring the knees a little wider, continue shifting the hips back, and really just allow your chest to lay flat on the bolster or the pillow. If you can, bring one cheek to the mat, or sorry, to the bolster. Close your eyes and just really allow yourself to rest. Right? So giving yourself the opportunity to have support of a prop. It can be homemade. Really allows, you're giving yourself permission to fully relax. And in this place of relaxing, of letting go, the least amount of effort, what you do is you allow yourself to really fully receive the benefits of your practice, right? Not trying at all, just simply being, allowing the nurturing to be there, allowing yourself to receive that nourishment. Notice the relationship with your breath. And if your head was to one side, then just switch the direction. And settle back down for another 5 deep breaths. From here, very, very slowly begin to press yourself up with your hands. To come out of this, you just really want to do this very slowly. You can start to kind of hug your feet in. Slowly draw your knees towards the midline. And then you can sit back on your heels for a moment. Just close your eyes, allow your palms to be facing down. So really allowing yourself to channel that grounding energy. Soften the shoulders, the jaw, the eyelids. Right. From here, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Keep the bolster nearby. I want you to grab your blanket if you have one. Right. I want you to fold your blanket. Right. Just you can fold it in fourths, right? So in half and then one time more. You're going to sit on the edge of the blanket. You can put it like so. And from here, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana. So I want you to first come to the edge of that blanket. Pull the flesh of your booty out of the way so you can feel really rooted into your sitting bones. You do the blanket like this and you feel like you need a little bit more height, then please fold it again however many times you need, or if you don't need it as much, you don't need to use it. Have your pillow or that bolster nearby. Bend your knees and keep a slight flex of your feet. On your inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Keep the spine long here. On your exhale, you're going to hinge at your hips and start to move the heart forward, down towards directing heart towards shin bone. Allow the hands to land where they land, so whether that's wrapping around your shins or in the bottom of your feet. On your inhale, lift through the heart to lengthen the spine. And then on your exhale, fold deeper. Hinge at the hips. Keep the length in the spine as you bow. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Keep that length as you exhale and bow forward. Last one, inhale, rise. With that space you created, exhale, release, and stay. And you're welcome to just stay here if you feel like you're able to relax here. This is great. If you feel like this is really a struggle to allow your chest to come to the top of your thighs, I want you to grab that pillow or the bolster, because what you're going to do is actually put it on top of your legs, right? You'll redo that lengthening of the spine as you breathe in, and then just allow yourself to fold forward and kind of embrace the pillow. You can even turn your head to one side or keep the forehead down, whatever you prefer. It's really allowing yourself to relax here as much as you can, right? We've done the work to lengthen the spine, to add that spaciousness through the side ribs. Now you can really allow yourself to completely relax. Chin coming into chest. Allowing length to be both on inhale and exhale. Slowly take your time to just sit back up. You can bring the pillow just off to the side. And we're just going to widen the legs. You may need to adjust yourself to the long edge of your mat. So sitting again on the edge of your mat, bring your legs as wide as you can. We're going to start with the fingertips behind you. Really create that length in the spine. So press down through your fingertips behind you to lift the heart up. Now this might be where you stay. This might feel like enough. You can drop the chin to the chest. So allow a little lift to the heart and breathe. If you want to explore further, you can start to walk your hands out in front of you. It can be a great place for the bolster or a pillow as well. You'll put it right like you did in frog pose in front of your body. Then when you cannot walk anymore, you have that support. This is a certain posture that may need even a couple pillows. So if you redo something like this ever in a restorative class, just know sometimes the more pillows, the more support, the better. Allowing a little bend in your knees can also help here. And even if your forearms are rested on that pillow or the bolster, right? It doesn't always have to be the deepest you can go, but just where you can feel the most relaxed here, where you can totally surrender. dropping the head, and continuing to have that fluid flow of breath. Continue to soften the shoulders, to relax the jaw, to breathe into the areas in your body that are holding on, both physically and emotionally, also mentally here. And from here, very slowly begin to press yourself back up. Move that bolster out of the way. And just bring your hands underneath your knees to lift your knees up. Draw your legs in towards each other. Get off of the blanket. Just allow the props to be nice and close to you. And then we're going to lay down on the back. So we get back to legs out the long length of your mat. And you can really just slowly, slowly come down. Okay? As controlled and slow as you can. As you come all the way down to your back, hug the knees in towards the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And from here, we'll come into a happy baby position. So feet flexed up towards the sky, hands on the outer edges of your feet. This can be a great place for a blanket underneath the head if you need more support, especially if you feel like your chin really, really just jets up towards the sky. And allowing the blanket to be underneath the head can really bring the chin back down towards the chest without actually lifting the head up off the floor. You can allow yourself to find just gentle movements back and forth. Continue to allow your spine, your tailbone to really glue itself down towards the earth. And now from here, just bring both feet back down on the floor, hips width distance, both knees and feet. You're going to press your feet up and just come into like a half bridge pose. So just lifting the hips slightly up. Shift your hips over to the right, bring them back down towards the floor. Lengthen your left leg out on the floor. Bring your right foot atop the left thigh. Bring your arms out into a T. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, come into a twist. Bring that left knee atop over across the body. It can be a great place for a pillow or bolster underneath that right knee. Okay, you really want to just allow, what's more important is to allow your shoulders to ground down into the mat rather than your knee coming towards the earth. If it's okay for your neck, look over to the right, close your eyes, and begin to soften. Right, with each breath in, you're creating more space, allowing your energy to return to you. With each exhale breath, you relax more deeply, allowing it to ground you, to relax you. From here, slowly come back up to center. Land both of your feet down into the mat. And press through your feet, come into that kind of half bridge pose. Shift your hips over to the left, straighten the right leg out. Left foot atop the right thigh, arms out into a T. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, come into the twist on the other side. Settle yourself into this pose however you need. If you need that bolster underneath the left knee. You're returning to the slow flow of your breath. With each exhale breath, a little slight squeeze of the belly towards the sky, the gentle deepening of the twist. Slowly guide yourself back to center. Bring both feet into the mat. Just recenter your hips. From here, we're going to come into Shavasana. All right, we'll do a little bit of a longer version today. So grab both your blanket and your pillow if you have them. Any way that you want to set yourself up. My favorite way is putting a bolster underneath my knees or a pillow. And then just laying the blanket out, totally unfolding it and covering myself. Also, if you are somewhere with a lot of light, if you have something to cover your eyes, that can be really nice too. The eyes are huge sense and point of distraction. So the more that we can really just assist ourselves in this deep relaxation, the better. Take as much time as you need to get cozy. And take up as much space as you need to with your body, right? So really allowing the legs to come nice and wide, allowing the arms to fall where they want to land. A little tuck of the outer upper arms underneath your body just to allow the heart to relax towards the sky. And close your eyes if you haven't already. And we're going to release the breath in a way that's not super forceful, right? So it doesn't have to be like you're really releasing a ton of energy. Just allow both inhale and exhale to be soft but lengthened. So on your inhale, begin to breathe in through the nose. And then exhale out the mouth. Do that 2 more times. A deep, lengthened breath in. And relaxing, releasing breath out. Do that 1 more time on your own. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And you can actually leave a slight space in between your lips so air can move freely in and out. Allow the jaw to relax. Allow the area behind your eyes to soften. Relax your feet. Relax your hands. And allow your mind to also become quiet. If you notice that anytime the mind wanders, It may still occur, and that's totally normal and okay. Simply guide yourself back to the natural flow of your breath. And just noticing, becoming aware that your body is breathing. Allow a lightness to come over you. Right, a softness. We'll be here for a couple minutes in silence, and then I will guide you out. Very slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently move your fingers, your toes. Move your head from side to side. Just really gently guiding yourself back into your body. Now just really gently, you're going to roll over onto your side. Move the props away. And just take a pause in fetal position. Allow the eyes to remain closed all the way until the very end of practice. So from here, very gently begin to press up into a seated position. We'll be here for about a minute, so if you want to sit up on a cushion or bolster or anything just to support your hips, then please do so. And if you sit up nice and tall, bring one hand to your heart and the other to the belly. So returning to this breath of just noticing where the natural flow of your breath really lands inside of your body. Breathing in and out through the nose. And we're just going to end with some simple breath work. Okay, so what it will look like is breathing in through the nose for a 4 count, and then exhale out the nose for a 6 count. Now, if I do this pace, and if it is too slow for you, right, you feel like it's forcing you to breathe, then just modify as you need. It could be a 2 count and a 4 count exhale, right? Or a 3 and a 6 count exhale, 5 count exhale, whatever works for you. Okay, so we'll begin together. First, take a full deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then we'll begin shaping the breath. Your inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue this breath on your own. Really allowing each inhale to fill up from the belly and then moving up into your diaphragm, up into your chest. So you feel like you're sipping air from your roots all the way up to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, you're sending it back down. Do a couple more times on your own. Do one more round. Breathing in, allowing breath, energy, really that expansion to lift from your roots all the way up. Nurturing breath as you send it all the way back down. From here, just bring your hands down on your knees. Just take a moment of pause, and just reflecting, noticing sensation, know how things make you feel. Resting in that restful heart and a peaceful mind. And from here, draw your hands to your heart center and press your thumbs into your sternum as you sit up nice and tall at the same time as rooting down. Just sending so much gratitude through this screen for having each and every single one of you in class. Thank you so much for being here and just giving back to yourself, really allowing yourself to take this space to ground, to nourish, to take care of you. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you, ladies. You can just slowly allow yourself to come out of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and if any of you feel called to donate for any reason, my Venmo is in the juicy bits, and I'm doing half of the, it says 20%, but it's half of the proceeds that will go back to Black-owned local businesses. So I've been doing some work with just really trying to find people that call to me. A lot of times it's through the Instagram platform of, like a couple weeks ago, I found this woman that has this like beautiful flower farm outside somewhere in Michigan. So I like donated money to her. So it's really just finding people that I'm called to, usually through that platform. So if you feel like donating, Venmo is in the email. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, each and every one of you. Love you, love you, love you. And I will see you all soon. Mwah.